You know that feeling when you're just completely lost? So full of doubt, you just wish someone would give you a clear answer. Well, that's exactly where we're starting today. We're diving into Sankhya Yoga, also known as the yoga of knowledge. And it all begins in that precise moment, when deep confusion starts to transform into this incredible awakening.
So this quote, it comes from a warrior, Arjuna, right on the edge of a massive battle. But honestly, it's a question every single one of us has asked at some point. My mind is bewildered. Tell me what is truly good for me. Wow. I mean, that's it, isn't it? That moment when all the noise is just too much and you finally, desperately ask for some real direction. That right there, that's the turning point. That's when the real inner journey kicks off.
All right, so that leads us perfectly into our first section here, a sacred question. And why is it sacred? Well, think about it. Wisdom doesn't just pop out of nowhere, right? It shows up when we're genuinely, humbly asking for it. In a way, this whole explainer, it's really the answer to that one profound question. Okay, let's really unpack this because it is so, so important. The divine voice only answers when the human heart is humble enough to ask. And let's be clear, this isn't about being weak. It's the total opposite. It's about the incredible strength you find in being vulnerable. Real guidance, it doesn't show up when we're faking it, pretending we've got it all figured out. It comes when we have the guts to say, I don't know, and truly ask for help. So the question has been asked, what's the very first answer that comes back? Well, it goes straight for the jugular, right to the heart of our biggest fears: loss, grief, death, the big stuff. And it all starts with one fundamental teaching: learning how to tell the difference between what's real and what's, well, just passing through. All right, and this first piece of wisdom, it's a tough one. You grieve for those who need no grief. The wise do not mourn the living or the dead. Whoa, I mean, that goes against every single instinct we have, right? But this isn't about becoming cold or heartless. It's not a command to shut off your feelings. It's an invitation to look way, way deeper, beyond the usual story we tell ourselves about life and death. And this chart, this just lays it out so perfectly. Check this out. On one side, you've got the body. It feels pain, it changes, it gets older, it's temporary. But then on the other side, you have the soul. It's the witness of the pain, not the pain itself. It's unchanging, it's eternal. It's that quiet, steady awareness that's always there, behind all the chaos of life's experiences. I absolutely love this next idea because it makes everything so clear. Like clothes, you change bodies. It's such a simple but powerful metaphor. Think about it. You don't fall into a deep depression over a shirt you've outgrown, do you? No, you pick out a new one. The idea here is that our bodies are kind of like that. They're just garments for the soul. We wear them for a while, and when the time comes, the soul moves on.
And here's another beautiful way to look at it. Like waves, you rise and merge back into the ocean. Imagine a single wave. It rises up, has its own unique shape for a little while, and then it merges right back into the ocean it came from. Was it ever really separate from the ocean? Not at all. It was just a temporary expression of it. And that's the idea here. Our individual self, our consciousness, is just like that wave, part of this vast universal whole.
Okay, so understanding all this cosmic stuff about souls and oceans is cool. It's amazing, actually. But here's the billion-dollar question. How do you actually live like that, right? Because just knowing something in your head isn't enough. You have to bring this wisdom down to earth and apply it in your everyday life. And this brings us to the core practice, really the heart of it all. It's called action without attachment. And what does that mean? It's the art of doing your thing, whatever it is, with total focus, but without being emotionally hooked on the results. It does not mean you stop caring. It means you pour your whole heart into your work, your family, your passion, but you let go of that desperate need for it to turn out a certain way. And let me tell you, the freedom in that, it's just massive. So check this out. It really breaks down the two ways you can go. First, you've got the path of anxiety. Sound familiar? This is where most of us live, honestly. You do something, you get obsessed with the outcome, and bam, fear and worry take over. But then, look at path number 2, the path of clarity. The action is exactly the same, but the mindset is completely different. You act, you release the outcome, and what do you get? Peace. And this incredible laser-like focus on what you're actually doing. Okay, so let's get real. How does this ancient, thousands of years old wisdom actually apply to our lives right now? With our jobs, our social media, all the modern pressures? Well, it turns out it's more relevant today than maybe it has ever been. I mean, look at these things we attach ourselves to. Our jobs, I'm a trader. Our family roles, I'm a parent, I'm a partner. Or even just these abstract labels of success and failure. We wrap our entire identity up in these things. So what happens when they change? And they always change. Well, our whole sense of self can just crumble. And that's where the suffering comes in. The whole point is to start seeing these as roles you play, not the fundamental truth of who you are. Now, here's a really cool little insight. The number that's kind of spiritually tied to this whole chapter is the number 2. And just think about what 2 represents. Duality, partnership, balance. This symbol number is actually a huge key to unlocking the whole teaching. Because mastering this idea of 2 is all about learning how to master the dance between your body and your soul, between action and stillness, between logic and faith. See, it's not about picking one over the other. It's about learning to hold both at the same time, finding that beautiful, dynamic harmony between all these opposing forces in your life. And what's the practical payoff from mastering this inner dance? It's huge. You stop reacting to life and you start responding. A reaction, that's impulsive, it's emotional, it's basically unconscious. But a response, that's considered, it's balanced, it comes from a place of awareness. It's that crucial little pause you create between something happening and you deciding what to do about it. All right, we've talked about the big ideas, the philosophy, how it all fits together. Now let's bring it right back home. Let's talk about a simple inner practice you can start, like right now, to turn all this insight into an actual daily ritual. So first question for you to think about, what fear do you need to release to act freely? Seriously, take a second. Is it fear of failing? Fear of what other people will think? Maybe even fear of succeeding? Just naming that fear, that's the very first step toward finding real freedom in your actions. Okay, next question. Let's drill down a bit. What result are you over-attached to? Be honest with yourself. Is it that promotion at work? Is it a specific number you want to see in your bank account? Or is it something simpler like just needing someone's approval? Try to really pinpoint that one thing you're clinging to. And finally, here's the ultimate challenge, the heart of the practice. Can you act with full focus, but with zero expectation? Can you give 100% of your effort to your goals, to your relationships, while at the same time completely letting go of how it's supposed to turn out? That, right there, is the work. And to help you with that, here's a really simple mantra you can use. Anytime you feel that anxiety about the future creeping in, just pause, take a deep breath, and say this to yourself. I act with clarity, I release the outcome. Let that be your anchor, pulling you right back into this moment. And we're going to leave you with this final thought, and it is a powerful one. God's first commandment is not believe in me, but know yourself. What that really means is that this whole journey, this awakening we've been talking about, it's not about having blind faith in something outside of you. No, it's a call to a much bigger adventure, the deep, direct, and totally liberating discovery of who you actually are.